All right, how's it going, everybody? Just figured I'd hop on here, doing some stuff in the B&B garage and whatnot. It's nice out today, going well. So, anyways, I just wanted to two things, two things. Just wanted to get on here and I wanted to share a funny story with you. It's something that happened to me back in 2013, and I haven't really talked about it very much, and it kind of came to my mind because I'm working on my testimony and whatnot. So, anyways, what happened? But I also have an announcement at the very end, so just stick around if you'd like to hear it, man. Whatnot. So, anyways, back in 2013, I was working at Big O, and I was really heavy into drugs at the time, and I was heavy into drinking. I'd take Adderall, I'd drink, stay up all night, the whole thing. Well, I started finding new friends, and there was this one girl. Like, I thought she was cute. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Well, this she asked this one guy to take her to McDonald's, and you know, he was like, "No," and I'm like, "I'll take you. Come on, let's go." And so we go. We're in the McDonald's drive-through, and I had been drinking and all kinds of stuff, so it was bad. But I was just wide awake because of the Adderall. And what I had this guy come up to me, and I was so out of it, I didn't realize, he's a little bit older. But he's like, "Hey, would you mind giving my wife and I a ride to the airport?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Well, she didn't really like the idea, and I ended up taking her home just right down the street. So I start driving these people around, and I'm honestly not even knowing where I'm going because I was gonna honestly take them to the airport, but I took them to the Centennial Airport, not the DIA airport. So, I was like, "Oh, it's closed." Well, hey, if you guys want, I mean, you could stay with me tonight, and then after that, you can kind of figure out where you're gonna go from there. Like, it's all good. My dad's not gonna care. Well, as I'm driving, I'm realizing there's something not right, with these people. And then I'm like, okay, all right. And then I realized they're a little bit older, like, and are suffering from dementia, and especially the wife. And so I'm like, just telling them stories and all kinds of stuff, and they're listening. We ended up getting home, and then I told them, I was like, "Here's my bed, sleep in there. I'm gonna go in this room. I gotta wake up early, go to work." So they ended up falling asleep. I go to sleep, wake up early. I look at dad. I go upstairs and I talk to my dad. And I'm like, "Hey, dad, I'm sorry. I gotta go to work. I can't stay. But there's two people sleeping downstairs. Two old people sleeping downstairs." And so, yeah, I couldn't imagine what he was thinking at that time. Anyway, then we go down. He ends up going downstairs. I go to work. I'm still drinking. I'm so out of it. Whatever. And what happened was my dad ended up he made some calls, whatnot. Well, come to find out that this was an older couple that had dementia that lived in Ohio or something. They actually, their kids flew them out. They stayed at the house and everything at the assisted living home, and they broke out. And the cops were looking for them all night, all night. It was a big deal. Even the people at work were all mentioning it. I was like, that was me. I had them. It was crazy. It blew my mind. So then, after all that and everything, they got it all figured out, got them back and whatnot. And my dad and his wife were like, "Yeah, you did a really good thing," because at first they're like, "What?" But it was just. So, anyways, what happened at the very end was the lady wanted to thank me personally and meet me and all that stuff. So I showed up to the assisted living home, and I'm wearing my Big O stuff. I'm all tatted up and everything. And she was like, "You?" Yeah. And then they offered me a job. When I went to the job, she's like, "Wow, you clean up really well, And I worked there for at least a good maybe, yeah, it was about 3 months, maybe. And man, I had so many cool experiences with these old people. I had this one lady. She'd always like, kiss me on the cheek and nice, like, "Good night, sweetheart." There was this one guy, like, he almost fell. I caught him. He was, saying he's a good man, like, "Thank you," like, and I don't say all this to be like, "Oh yeah, that's so cool, look at me." But like, even then, when I was in all the crap, God was still intervening and putting me in places and helping people. Like, it blows my mind. So, yeah, and then, and that was it. Like, it just, the thing is, if you think that you're going through something, or you're struggling with an addiction, or you're doing this and that, or whatever, God's still working in your favor. The difference is when you actually walk with Him, you experience more of His love and grace. You know, and if we're struggling, He still loves us. We're still there. We're still saved. But we're going to get a little bit further away. That's how any relationship works. But I know for a fact, if you feel far, He's not far. And God put me in that place to help those people, because the Lord knew I would do the right thing. Regardless of whatever, I've always tried to just do the right thing. Even when I wasn't following Christ, I wanted to help people. So, could have been somebody else, and they could have got killed. Something, I don't know. So, anyways, I really wanted to share that story. Here's the announcement. 2 things. I am actually going to be going to Pinecrest community and probably serving in the youth group, maybe some other things. They got a huge plan over the next 5 years of, connecting with local ministries and international ministries and stuff like that. So I want to get together with them and collaborate and help them know like how I evangelize, how B&B approaches things, things like that, and help them out. And 2, I was at work, and this lady was mentioning to me that she worked in the Arapahoe County Jail. And she was joking with me, "Oh, I never want to see you in there." I was like, "No, that time is over with, But I brought her my business card. Well, apparently, Arapahoe County Jail has been really looking for connections on the outside. So when an inmate is, he's done some time and he needs to get out and integrate back into society and have a program or a group of people to be there for him, boom, B&B's there. So it's so awesome because God always has told me this is going to happen, and here we are. It's amazing. Anyways, I just want to let you guys know that, like, I actually, after I talked to her, I went downstairs, I actually, like, cried, and I was like, man, like, thank you, God, this is so cool. So, because I want to be able to even go in there and talk to them and be like, hey, work with them, and then when they do come out, they already know me, things like that. So, I'm super excited. Anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. If you stayed and listened, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'm going to get to some work in the garage because Mama Bear is a little upset. She can't move around in here. So, all right, you guys be blessed. Jesus is good. All right. Amen.